There have been many conversations about those who are willing to fight, those willing to stand up and choose not to accept a way. I know somebody out there having a real rough time. I know life is life in the hell out of you right now, and you're looking at it in a way that you really don't want to. You feel like this is the only thing you can come up with that makes more sense than living. And I can tell you right now, there are many other options on the table. Option one, you go and get help. Talk to someone who's close to you. See if they can be by your side every step of the way. Option two, you can simply dial 911 if you're at a point where you know that you're going to harm yourself. Option three, you can get preemptive on this attack and go at it head first by dialing a simple 988. 988, that's all you have to do, okay? And with that number, it gives you the opportunity to do the one thing that I know that you want to do, and that's keep fighting. So before you make a decision that we have to live with, make a decision that you can live with and go get help. Now let's talk football.
Welcome to Detroit. They're gonna feel us today. We play our brand of football. What the thing? Fight me.
What's going on, Pride Nation? We are literally less than 24 hours away from the NFL draft, a draft that has been hosted in Detroit for the first time, and I am excited. It's a lot of history to be made. The Lions have never made a pick at 29. I think that they're not going to do it this year neither. So I'm excited. I'm excited to talk some ball, get into it, knock down some things, finish giving y'all some prospects that I like. And people that's on my radar. But I got to do it the right way. I got to see who's in the building with me, who's rocking with me today. We got my man. Let me get this off the building. There we go. Bam. All right. We got my man, Lions Talk with the bad guy, Jon Kapler. What up, dude? We got the friendly neighborhood Lions fan in the building. We got my man, Looney Tune, not Tiny Tunes, but Looney Tune in the building. We got Giovanni Lyons, the second in the building. Big T is in the building. Dr. Detroit, what up, though, is in the building. My man, Lions Rumble 81 is in the building. We got my man, Midwest Lion in the building. Makai Holt is in the building. Perry Ball is in the building. We got my man, Dirty Gloves Williams in the building. Super Saiyan Lion is in the building. One Funky Lion fan is in the building. Man, these kids got me wore out today. Congrats to Sue and St. Brown. Have a good show tonight. I'll listen back in the morning. Appreciate it, brother. I totally understand what you mean. I just got done playing with mine, and it's time for them to go to bed for school. And shout out to the wife who has allowed me to do this by getting them kids shut down for me. Appreciate you, Queen. We got my man's Lions Lee. My Lions Lee I ain't seen you in a minute, brother. God, I like when I see Lions Lee, and I love the photo too. All right, listen. I'm getting right into it. The big news of the day: the Detroit Lions make some smart moves and pay some people. Now, I'm gonna tell you, my personal take on it is simple. Everybody know Amon-Ra St. Brown and Penei Sewell are good players. Make no mistake about this. I want y'all to understand something. They are good players. They are good foundational pieces you can have and build with. Why this move is so smart is because they did not allow themselves to go nuts and let the market dictate their players' contract. They went on and handled that thing before it became an issue. Oh my God. This is how you do it. Before it even comes up for a complete conversation, go ahead and get these people their money. What I find most impressive about it is each contract at the time makes these people, I know that St. Brown makes him the highest paid receiver, but you know that that's not going to stay that way. So when everybody else started getting paid and they're paying these astronomical numbers and they're going to town on it, you're going to see that these other people are going to be paid way more and we're going to be getting production. And for me, that's what it boils down to. That's what it's about. That's what is smart about doing this. You go out, you handle your business, and you get it done. Now, in the case of Penei Sewell, I want y'all to understand something. When you look at Penei Sewell's record, and I see you in the back down 19, hold tight. When you look at the contract that they gave Penei Sewell, okay, I really want you to understand something. This man is going to get moved to left tackle. You know it. I know it. Dan Campbell know it. Brad Holmes know it. And so when they give him a deal that's worth up to $112 million over 4 years with $85 million guaranteed, guess what that tells me? That when they kick him over after this year to left tackle, you got 4 years of a young stud that's going to be able to play left tackle for you. And he won't even be in the top 10 highest paid tackles. Now, can they always come back and restructure some stuff? Absolutely. Right? Like, no problem. 100%. He can always come back and do that. But I want you to understand something. That these people are just making the right, smart moves. They're making the moves that need to happen. And I believe that this move sends a message to other players who say, when we draft you, you show up and you show out, we're going to show up and show out with you. And that's all you can ask for. That's all you can really ask for. So, again, shout out to people that's coming in a little bit late, but I'm happy to see them here. My man, Joe Lewis 313. Luke, you got down on me yesterday, but I made sure I put that notification bell on. I wasn't trying to get down on you. I've been out the game for a while. I'm getting back into the swing of it. It was a matter of adjusting the schedule. I'm gonna probably be out a little bit towards the summer when my youngest son is born. But yeah, Tim Hutch, what up, though? My man Lions Lee says, new business plus working my old job, bro. No time for anything, to be honest. Hey, man, trust me. As a person who has joined you in the entrepreneurial world, yeah, but I feel like it's worth it. Perry Ball said the Sun God gets rewarded the greatest Lions receiver. Ooh, you got some people mad about that. I'm gonna lie to you. I'm still a Herman Moore fan. I'm sorry. That's my guy. That's the guy. Always a pleasure to see you, man. But I gotta go too. I'll do the rewatch tomorrow. I always love the content. It's good to hear your voice. Hey, it's good to see you here. I appreciate it. Motown football in there. What up, though? Let me bring in Don 19 because I do want to get people's opinions about the re-signing or the extension of Amon-Ra St. Brown and of Penei Sewell. And then I'll get into some more draft prospects. I've already laid down my theories and groundwork for what it is, but now I feel even more confident with my homework that these things are not going to happen. So here we go. Don 19. What up,
though? What up, though?
Talk to me. Lions re-signed 2 key players.
Man, beautiful.
2.
Beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. Pay your guys. They deserve. These are the cornerstone. Do you know these 2 players set the foundation in 2021? Same draft class. One first rounder, another one is a 4th rounder. Like, come on, bro. This is an amazing feeling. And the Amon-Ra St. Brown contract, it put San Francisco in the loop. Brandon Ayuk, he want his money. So what you gonna do, San Francisco? In Minnesota, you gotta pay Justin Jefferson too.
Oh, they gonna.
So what you gonna do?
If they want to keep Jefferson, they're gonna break the bank for him. And again, keep in mind, there would be, and this is just me. I'm sorry, everybody's not going to agree with this. I'm not finna overpay receivers. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not. I don't believe we overpaid for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I believe when you look at the market and you look at the production, it lines up to his pay.
Right.
I believe that. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, so you look at a St. Brown contract, and you look at the receivers who left between Waddle, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. They gonna keep setting the market. This is great. Like Brad Holmes did a phenomenal job to get this deal done early, cause you finna see 100 mil, Luke. You finna see it.
Listen. First of all, shout out to Tony Till 08. He says, don't that mean Brad Holmes considered both players he extended more than Goff, right?
Yeah.
I think I don't know if I would say he considered them more, but what I think he did was he said, let me shore up foundational pieces. See, I was in my Discord talking, and somebody brought this point up that they don't believe that Brad Holmes is stupid enough to draft Hendon Hooker and have him just sit as a backup the entire time, even though he took him in the third round. And I said, you know what? You might be onto something. But they brought up another point that I had to think about, which was, why haven't they signed Jared Goff yet? And when you look at it, most people will argue, well, don't you usually take care of the quarterback first? Right? Like historically, they say the quarterback will get the highest money. But it also tells me that they understand that by making these contract deals now, it frees up money for them to re-sign Jared Goff. And so the thing is a lot of people thinking that Jared Goff can give you a hometown discount. He's finna get about 50 or more million a season. It's one of the reasons why I want to see them let him play this contract out. My prediction is if they give him a contract before then hey, I would be shocked. But my soul says that they're not going to do that. They're going to wait to see how this season play out, and they're going to go from there. Okay. But yeah, you make a good point there. Boom says, yo, Luke, how you feeling? I am feeling great. 100% feeling great. And so I feel he wants to see what Hendon Hooker look like, to be honest. That's what I think too. I'm in the mix in this BI. let this. Oh, he jumped out. I'm finna let him in. Why he jumped out? I'm finna let him in.
All right. Another point. If you don't mind, if I get another point out.
Go ahead.
The Panay Sewell, obviously, I love it. This could mean Taylor Decker last year.
I think it does mean this is his last year.
Yeah. You know, when you got Frank Ragnow, you know, considering retirement, does that in your mind change how they draft this year?
Brad Holmes made some statements that really perked up my ears. He said they have the luxury of taking any position this year, whereas when they first got here, they had to draft for need. But he said they always draft for need first, and they have the luxury of doing it. That tells me that they already had their mind made up. And then there's another quote from Dan Campbell that said, "If our guy is there, we're drafting him, and if not, we'll trade back." That tells me that they are looking at a very particular player. And if you're looking at a very particular player, and you look at the Lions, let's just go through the list of the Lions' first round picks. They have all contribute day one.
Yep.
All of them minus Jamison, who they knew was hurt. But all of them have contribute day one.
Right.
And so my belief is that whoever they take needs to come in and have instant contribution. And that tells me that it's either going to be an offensive lineman, linebacker, or somebody on a defensive line. They have to come in and have instant thing. And of all those, I'm going linebacker as my second possible guess. But I think they're going to take a offensive lineman that can play more than one position. That's right.
Yeah, because they do love versatility. So, you know, you can see like a Zach Frazier, who could do center, could do guard, or the kid from Washington, he could do guard, he could play tackle. So it should be interesting tomorrow. I can't wait, man.
100%. Shout out to my man Nomus J313 in the building. What up, though? He says, "What up, though?" Luke in chat. My man Lions Looney Tunes says, "Whatever the case, I know that I don't want to keep waiting to see what we got in the hooker." I agree. My man Nomus J in the building. Hold on, I'm gonna get you. He said, "I didn't know we had money to do this right now, but sweet." Oh yeah, we got a little bit of money, got a little bit of change.
Mhm.
And then we got probably trade up to like 20. He's not trading up. My soul say he's not trading up. It's just not there. Will Harris up next. Yeah, they said they re-signed Will Harris, and I'm setting the world on fire. Scorch the earth.
Stop playing. Stop playing dirty
right
gloves. Stop
now.
playing.
Let me see. And then we got Will Harris gonna find his way back. No way. Wide linebacker. This is what Big T asked me. Look at the Lions' depth. Okay. Look at the Lions' depth. Go through and tell me where they have the least amount of depth at. And it's linebacker. If once you take out Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone, yeah, you got Derek Barnes. Yes, you have Jalen Reeves-Maven. Yes, you have Malcolm Rodriguez. But I want you to remember the names I said after Alex Anzalone and after Jack Campbell. And they want to get younger because I believe this is Alex Anzalone's last season. So that tells me that they're going to try to get younger. Linebacker comes up as one of those positions that can come in and give you instant because linebackers can come out and you can rotate them in. And they did the same thing with Jack Campbell, but playing with it. But I told people when we got Malcolm Rodriguez that he is not a player that you should be hyping up. He is a player that you're going to upgrade from. And that's what happened. And I believe they're going to get the successor to Ellis Anzalone. Don, I appreciate you for coming through. Let me get some
all right, appreciate it, Luke.
All right?
Enjoy your time tomorrow.
Man, listen, I have figured out my whole entire route. I figured out my game plan. I'm eating before I get there. I'm pooping before I get there, using a bathroom. I'm not drinking nothing while I'm there because I'm just trying to be there and see what's going on. You feel me?
Right. So you taking the little one with you?
Yeah, me and the kids going. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the wife to drop me off as close as possible, and then I'm gonna take the bus from Gratiot down, and then we're just gonna walk the rest of the way.
All right. All right, enjoy, my brother.
All right, sir. All right, man. My man Don 19 always showing up. I see you, Malik. You in the back. Let me get my man Nomus J in the building. Nomus!
What's going on?
Long time no hear, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. You know what? I gotta be honest. Getting back into it is since like, yo, it's therapeutic. Like it's necessarily, like it's needed. Like I need this therapy, right? You know what I mean? Like I've been all go. And that's what it's been. So yeah, getting back in this feel good. Well, give me your thoughts on the Lions draft for tomorrow, and the contract extension. Ryan Sewell gets a contract extension.
You know what? I'm happy it got done. They was the first two players that they drafted. Part of the first two players that I drafted. They got major success with since the very beginning. I think Aleem McNeil is right behind him. Hope they can get that one done. Hopefully soon. Maybe he is to be next year or something in free agency. But yeah, I'm happy for them, man. They definitely deserved it. Two guys who really kind of have the same personality when you think about it, and then they show up constantly on the field. That is a blessing for both of them, man, to be here. So I'm glad they got that deal done. And I'm glad they chose to put the players first before getting the quarterback together.
But they should have, though. Because them the two most – let's think about this. If you pay that quarterback, right, and now you got to come back and pay Penei Sewell, who you're asking to be a left tackle, he going to want left tackle money. And then Amon-Ra Brown's going to have another good year, which means the prices goes up. And I keep telling everybody that. I remember when everybody was like, man, we can get Jared Goff for like $45 million a season. I was like, y'all are delusional. If you feel like that, sign on right now of last year. No, we can't do it. We got to see what we got in him. Okay, price goes up.
That's it, man. You supposed to pay for the team first and then put the quarterback in there. That's common sense.
That's how it should go. That's how it should go. My man Perry Ball asked me, do I think they would take a offensive tackle like Patrick Paul or Morgan at 29th or trade back. I think they trading out of that pick. If they're stuck there, they're going to take a guy who can play multiple positions. But I think they're trading back and looking for more picks. I just don't see them picking at 29. I don't.
So let me get this straight. You say you think they're taking if they do get stuck at 29, you think it's a linebacker?
I think it's an offensive tackle who can play guard, or a offensive guard who plays center, or a center who can play guard. Like Powers. If Powers is there, they'll take him because he'll be the successor to Frank Ragnow for years to come, and then he can still play guard. And he fits that grit attitude when it comes to running the ball. So, yeah, I can see that being the case.
Oh yeah, I'm actually there with you because I don't know why people keep screaming about this cornerback stuff. I got a corner I like in the second and third round.
I got a bunch of my like in the second and third round. Like, man, I'm telling you, man, people don't. Max Milton looks like a dog to me. He looks like he gonna be one of them dogs out of Rutgers. Okay. He look like he gonna be about that life. I like what I seen out of him.
Right.
But everybody, you know. Is it Luke? I gotta meet you tomorrow. You my hero, my real hero. Hey man, I appreciate that. I'm gonna be. That's the thing. I gotta figure out where the hell am I gonna be at. I know they said that the tickets work like it's free, first come, first serve coming in. What I think I'm gonna do for the people who are down there at the draft, I'll put a post. I think I'll put a post on my community page and figure out what people let y'all. Hey, let's hook up. Let's meet up. So
okay, so you doing you gonna be at the draft or you going to Ford Field for their little party?
I'm going to the draft. Listen, I thought about going to the Ford Field thing, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Last time at the Ford Field, they was drunk, and I just my soul was like, yeah, this ain't the environment I want. They was too drunk for my soul, bro.
Yeah.
I had a dude kiss me, and I had to talk to myself because I was finna get in a whole lot of trouble. Whole lot.
Okay, because I'm like, I know I got my ticket out the QR code thing.
Yeah, but it's a first come first. It's a first come first serve. So once they fill up, they fill up.
Okay.
So you see what I'm saying? So that's how they doing it. But yeah, shoot. Then I think what I'm gonna try to do is go to the extra draft, and if I don't get there and they don't let me in, then I'll find out how to get there.
Right.
It is.
Let's see.
But let me ask you this: is there a player in this draft that you really, really like? Hello? Did I lose Nomis? Oh, come on, Nomis, where'd you go? Am I the only one that don't hear Nomis? Am I tripping?
No, you weren't tripping.
Okay.
Yeah, my internet trying to do it. Yeah.
Norman, this is a classic move by you. Brad Holmes is not expecting Goff because he wants a quarterback on a rookie deal because Hutchinson McNeil extension is coming soon. Hey, getting that quarterback on a rookie deal with plug and play is going to be huge. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
My man Zachary Jones says, my dad has no faith in Hooker. If Goff doesn't work out, what would you say? If Goff doesn't work out, I think Hendon Hooker is going to be perfectly fine for us. He can do everything Goff can do except for he's mobile. And he knows he can run. He chooses just not to. He's smart enough to do it. You got to look at this. Before, everybody been saying it's the system. If you look at the numbers of Milton, who's been in that system, and Hendon Hooker is miles ahead of him, and it's a reason for it. So I think that's what it is. That's all I'm saying. That was going to be a problem. Yeah, the kissing thing was a thing. Sean J said they're going to take TJ Tampa in the first round. No. Why? No, what you think about that? TJ Tampa? Why?
I don't see it. I just don't see it.
I'm trying to figure out why? Of all the possible cornerbacks you can take, TJ Tampa? Interesting. I just don't see it.
Thing is, too, people gotta understand why I think it's likely they will take a lineman, regardless if they draft out of first or if they stay where they at because they stuck. The reason why I think they might take old linemen is because they gotta look at it. They on borrowed time with the guy they just brung in this offseason. Then on top of that, people talking about Frank Radnow. You got to think about Decker too. Decker and Frank Radnow. What if the scenario both of them decide to retire in after 2025? Like, what if they both walk out and they both we good? You gotta have that replacement at least for one of them, so you can free up the other pick to possibly get the other person's replacement. So
Correct.
you want to refresh the O-line anyway. You don't want to get yourself in a situation where now you let too much lead, and then God forbid something happened to Sewell during the season too. You under depth now. You went from being pretty solidly depth and being able to manage. Now you back to where you was during the Stafford era. You don't want to get to that point.
Shout out to Dirty Glove Williams. Let me just say this. If we get any catch-ups or Kool-Aids in the first round, Luke gonna lose his shit. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm going ham. Is what it is. If I even hear the word catch-up or Kool-Aid, I'm just gonna lose it. But we don't do no catch-up around here. You trying, why y'all be, what is this, the Get Indicted show? We don't do that. We're not trying to do that. No.
They've been running this catch-up thing for almost 4 years now. God damn.
Listen, I just want to make sure that I don't know what the statute of limitations may be. So as far as I'm concerned, I've never been a fan of ketchup. Hell, I don't even like tomatoes. When I see tomatoes, it's bang, bang, gang, gang every time I see the tomato. I don't even like tomatoes. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
So you do type to throw the tomato when you mad at a bad
listen, I don't even want to touch a tomato. I just go over there and, you know what I'm saying? I don't even, me and tomatoes don't get, I remember they popular movie, the Killer Tomatoes from Outer Space. I don't even like them. You know what I mean?
No.
You know, I don't even care if they're green. I don't like them either. I'm racist when it comes to the tomatoes. Green tomatoes, yellow tomatoes, red tomatoes. Yeah, I don't like none of them. I'm just putting it out there in case anybody's listening that knows something that knows somebody. I just want to put it out there. No, I got some people in the back waiting, brother. If you want to wait in the back a few more minutes and I bring everybody in on a group, we can do that. Or you can just head out. But I want to grab the other people, man.
Okay, for sure.
I appreciate it. Let me bring in my next guest, Malik Mills, and then I guess you next, John. Malik.
What up, Luke? What up?
Man, listen, I got people hitting me up on Discord like, man, what is Malik talking about? I said, what you talking about? Man, he talking about them taking risks. I said, listen, man, that man deserves to have his opinion and his view like everybody else.
True.
Why do I gotta shut him down? Let him have his moment. He gonna be wrong, but it's okay. It's okay.
But
talk to me.
I came because you remember yesterday I said I was gonna do my homework.
Okay.
So I did my homework.
On who?
On Max Milton and Kool-Aid McKinstry. See, I got 2 pieces of paper right here.
Okay.
Facts and information on it.
All right, talk to me now.
And Kool-Aid stats compared to Max Milton stats.
Okay.
Does not look that good. For one, Max Milton had 6 passes defended, right, in 2023, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still had 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions, and 22 solo tackles. The only thing Kool-Aid got on Max Milton is 24 solo tackles from last year. And Kool-Aid's whole career in college, he only had 2 interceptions to Max Milton's 8.
Listen, when I do my research, I do my research. And I told you, I don't see us going at the Kool-Aid when I can get another guy who's going to probably be there in the second round, third round possibly, and Max Milton. Max Milton is more physical. He's more agile. I will tell you this. He gets handsy. He gets very handsy, but I'm okay with it because he's trying to let you know I'm here. But look, I'm glad you did the research. You got a brother over here proud right now. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this.
And one thing I like about Kool-Aid, when it comes to, because it's a lot of.
Oh, wait a minute. Your volume went down on me, Malik.
You hear me?
There you go.
Yeah, Kool-Aid. It's a lot of easy interceptions in games that he should have had. And I seen that man literally drop the ball. It's just him and the ball. And he drop it. But when I see Max Milton, him and the ball, or even him and the receiver, guess what? If it's 50-50, either the receiver not coming down with it or not an incomplete, he's coming down with it. But Kool-Aid, I don't know. It's like he allergic to catching the ball. He's just a good pass defender. Just a good knock the ball out of bounds type defender, cornerback.
And see, what I like about Milton is Milton wants the ball. like
Yeah,
he's going for the ball.
yeah, he's
Shout
the
out
ball.
to Looney Tune. He says Luke talking catch up this much because he's trying to get a sponsor from Heinz for a nominal fee. I love tomatoes, green, yellow, red. If there's monetary gain, Heinz, I'm your guy. Matter of fact, if you want to sponsor me, I'll come on here covered in catch up for all that matters. I'm just putting it out there for the right price. Anything can be bought, including me. Just putting it out there. But yeah, so doing your research and stuff like that, did you walk away and feel like, okay, dang, maybe I should have heard more about Max Milton? Or did you walk away saying to yourself, I still want Kool-Aid?
Well, I walked away saying that I would prefer Max Milton over Kool-Aid now. But if he draft Kool-Aid, I'm still welcoming him with open arms. He's still gonna be he's still a Lion, so I'm gonna have to welcome him with open arms, and that's who we get, you know?
Yep. Shout out to my man Buck, man, from over there. And my man Manhour, he says, "What up, though?" He says, "Luke, hit me up." I tried to. I don't know why I can't get through to you, Buck. I've been trying to get through to you. It just don't do it. But I'll hit you back up, brother,
And then
because I was trying to.
and
It
then
says, did the Lions bring in Kool-Aid in or Milton for their top 30 visit? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was tracking it at first, and somewhere between a lot of running noses and kid noise, I lost track. I can't tell you. I can't tell you right now because I lost track. I'm just being honest. But I'm just telling you, he's the kind of player that they look at. Just look at Amik Roberts. I was hyped up on Amik Roberts. Everybody told me, oh, he's small, he this. And I was like, watch this. And he performed. I look for talent. If you jump off the screen, if you perform, you're going to get my attention. It's just that simple.
I do know that Kool-Aid did come in for a couple of visits.
Good.
I do know that. I think he came in for 2. Might have been 2.
Good. Let's hope he fall to a late second or something. And if you still want to take him and some other people, and you got 3 second-round picks, I don't care. But you need to address the other positions first.
And there's 2 more things I want to touch on before you get the next guest on, Lou. Before you let me go get the next guest on. Okay. First, if we do trade out of the 29th pick, there is one team that I'm willing to trade with because I did a mock draft. And man, when I say that mock draft was sweet, man, it was like a kid at a candy store. It was the Eagles. The Eagles gave me all 3 of their second round picks for that 29th pick, Luke.
Yeah, but you know the problem with mock drafts though?
What's that?
They're not real. And and it sound good. It sound good, right? But let's be honest about this. It needs to be real. And mock drafts are not. Now, can you look at a mock draft to see like position-wise and stuff like that? Sure, there's patterns you can probably find in there. But I can assure you it's not real. And so guess what? Because remember, when I was doing the battle of the mocks against subscribers, remember, I was doing that, right? Every time I took a running back in the first round, I lost the mock battle. Every time. I kept taking Bijan Robinson, and everybody was like, you crazy. And I'm like, if I'm stuck here, I'm taking a running back with that first pick. Y'all don't want to take Carter? I'm taking a running back. And they were like, oh, you lost off of that pick alone. And then at 12 overall, we take a damn running back. And I was like, it was the only pick that made sense. Take a running back that can help you. So, yeah, I get it.
And then the second thing I wanted to touch on is another prospect in the draft.
Okay.
He's like I would say probably a 3rd round, 4th round if he's there, because he might go in the 2nd round because he is a dog. And his name is Austin Booker.
Well, Austin Booker was a guy I talked about yesterday. right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 9 out of Kansas, right?
Yeah.
And what I listen, don't get me wrong, he's like 6'6", 240, 250, somewhere in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But what I liked about him was he had that athletic ability and speed to get around there, and I do believe you can get him in the later rounds too,
Yeah.
and stuff. But I just like the fact that he showed some counter moves when pass rushing, and that was huge for me. So off rip, I definitely know who Austin Booker is. I was excited to see Austin Booker. I think Austin Booker was about that life. Also, shout out to my man Craig Bevins. I know he was in here. He said, "I made it on time this time." I'm happy to see that you was in here. I didn't forget you, brother. But yeah, I mean, I'm picking up what you're putting down. And again, I'm looking at picks that you can get from rounds 2 on out because we're not picking high, people. This feels different and good. Like,
Yeah.
we're not picking high. We gotta wait to see who we get.
Yeah.
And this is where we're gonna find out what our GM is made of, and that's the big part of it. Malik, as always, brother, I appreciate you. I got to get some more people in the building. But this is a show for the people, and so I'm happy that you showed up, and man, I appreciate that.
All right, well, you're gonna let more people on later. I can just stay in the back.
All right, cool. We do that.
All right, cool.
All right. Listen, this is a fair opportunity. It's pinned in there for a reason. You want to talk ball with me? Feel free to jump on. My prediction is in the first round we're going offensive line. And as my man Looney Tunes point out, don't forget that Mr. Rec Brad can play with these visits. Yeah, I mean, look at most of the people that visit with us in previous seasons. We didn't get all them people. He didn't have all these visits with Amon-Ra St. Brown. He didn't have all these visits with Brian Branch. They met with them casually, and it was quiet, hush, hush. So just keep it in mind. Let me bring in my next guest, Jon Kapler. Brother, man, it's been a while since I've seen you, man. How have you been?
So, this isn't about me. It's about you. It is so good to see you. I've been like, man, when's Luke going to come out? When's Luke going to come out? I know he got the family thing going on. I know he got a new baby coming, but I'm like, the draft's a week away. He got to put up a video at some point or do something.
Man,
I'm
listen,
scrolling.
I've made so
and I
many.
saw yesterday that you were on. I was like, yes, I missed it, but I can watch them. And then I heard, I'm going to go live tomorrow. I'm going to be at the draft. I'm like, oh, I am definitely catching it. I came home. I took a nap. I think I was sitting on your video for 2 hours, took a nap, just didn't let it go off. Woke up. I'm like, I got 3 minutes. And then, boom, your voice came on. I'm like, yes, here we go. Let's talk Lions.
I love it, man, because for me, talking ball is like I said, this is my therapy. It's definitely my therapy. So, and I made a bunch of freaking film studies, right? But the crazy part is I made so many of them, and I was like trying to release them, and I was like, yo, one of them I sat up there and thought I posted, man. I woke up in the morning and I was like, what the hell did I just do? And I don't know, man. Like,
I said to the Nana.
Listen, it's a joy to be back. Talk to me, man. What are your thoughts? Who you got the Lions taking, or what position you think they're taking in the draft? How you think that's going to play out?
I would love for us to take the cornerback. I really do, but I think
in the first.
Yes, but
is there any particular cornerback you like?
I like Cooper. Cooper DeJean. Like him.
I feel like he a safety.
That's great, because what is Brad like? What did you talk about yesterday?
Versatility. He's the guy that can play 2 or 3. Yeah, you're right. He fits that. He can play corner and safety, so yeah.
But something came to my head as you're talking, and we've all heard it. We heard Brad Holmes say it, although Brad Holmes can be a dirty liar. The cornerbacks this year are average. They're just guys. They're nothing special. There's no Deion Sanders. There's no Ed Reed. There's nothing like that. So you trade back and you get more capital. Maybe there's a quarterback sitting at 20, 29 that someone wants, and you get future capital, because maybe next year someone pops off that's elite that Brad Holmes says, you know what? I want that guy. Let me trade up for that guy. Let me trade up for that cornerback, because as we know, defense is important, and last year we got burnt by our cornerbacks.
All right, so let's stay with me. All right, stay with me. We're gonna go positional group by positional group. I want you to tell me which positional group has the least amount of depth? Let's start with quarterback versus safety. Who has the least amount of depth?
I mean, we only got 3. We have 2 of 3 good quarterbacks, so I'm gonna say safety.
Okay,
Although
safety.
we got some safeties, but I think we need a little bit more depth.
I'm agreeing with you. It's about depth. Safety or offensive line, which has least amount of depth?
Safety.
Okay, safety or defensive end edge rusher, which has least amount of depth?
Edge rusher.
Edge rusher or interior defensive tackle, which one has the least amount of depth?
DE.
Defensive end or linebacker, which one has the least amount of depth?
Feel they're kind of almost the same. They're neck and neck, but I would go. I'm not a fan of our linebackers, but I would go edge. Even though everyone loves James Houston, I'm gonna say it again. I think he was a one-year wonder. Prove it to me. Do all that stuff again. Get them numbers, and then I will say I will get on some James Houston. But I would still say edge.
Okay, so based on you, our least depth position is edge. That eliminates cornerback for you in the first round.
But you didn't even get the cornerback.
Well, let's go to cornerback. I was counting that. Oh, you know what? I said safety, not corner. Cornerback or edge, least amount of depth.
It could be even. It could be right there.
No, one of them got some depth. Got a little bit more depth than the other. I pulled every player and looked.
Depending on how you think and how you feel of the position, it could be 2 and 2. It could be, Hutchinson and James Houston, and it could be Meek Robinson and the guy who thinks he's Deion Sanders that we signed.
I put it this way: if them are your top 2, I can't kill you on it. You know why? Because I'm
not saying they're my top 2.
No, I'm saying, but if them your 2, I'm saying if them your top 2 that you believe are lacking the depth and the stuff that we need, then that tells me that that's your 2 positions we got to look at. First pick.
I know it's an offensive league, but you gotta get better at certain areas, and that's the position I want. But as I said, that position is just meh. Now that brings me to a question. You said you're trying to say we're going edge. What is edge in defensive end like this year? Now compared to cornerback, I would say it's better. But is there anyone besides Jared Verse? And I think Jared Verse, he's pretty good to very good. He's not great. He's not special. He could be a little bit better than how Hutch did. But I mean, he's not Myles Garrett. How is that class this year? This year's class?
To me, I agree with you. There's some people out there that you're going to get to look at potential on this one. But there's some people out there, to me, that look like they can come in and be a problem for people in this league with the way they play. And I like their style of play. I think Nelson Caesar out of Houston is going to be an interesting prospect who's going to be drafted late to a team that going to give him a chance to play. I believe he can be like what the LA Rams guy Turner was. You know what I mean? Like nobody was expecting him to be like that.
You said his build was similar to Houston from the Steelers, the guy who made that incredible 90-yard fumble recovery.
Yeah, James Harrison. His style of play and build is very similar to James Harrison. He's very aggressive at the point of attack, and I love that. And I like Jonah Ellis. I think Jonah Ellis in the right team is going to be a problem for people too.
I think Jonah Ellis is, from size-wise and kind of from what we saw him do, is another James Houston.
Oh, I totally disagree. I think they got different skill sets. The size thing has never been an issue for me. I think the size thing has always been overblown because you've seen smaller guys go crazy. Bob Sanders wasn't big, but he knocked out a lot of big receivers. Like he wasn't the biggest.
That's corner. That's corner. That's different.
But we can go and look at what's the guy for the Eagles, the pass rusher, Shaq
Barrett.
Shaq Barrett. You can look at him. He's not like out here huge and stuff. Like he's not like
definitely not. But I think it helps, and I think the percentage would be on the guys who are more the average size, the bigger size for that position.
For Shaq Barrett?
No. I mean for that position in general, for edge.
Shaq Barrett is 6'2", 250, right?
I'd say that's on par for average.
Okay. Now
I want someone who's a little better, 6'4", maybe in the 270s.
Yeah, I'm just showing you, like, to me,
I get you.
Like, it's not a matter of measurables as much as can you play. Like, I only care about can you play. And if the answer to that is, nah, I can't play, all right, then I don't really want you on my team no way. I don't care how big you are.
No team, no fan doesn't want you if you can't play.
But Shaq Barrett, 6'2", 250. Jonah Ellis, 6'2", 246. Like, okay. And Shaq Barrett, now mind you, we can look at what is his damn name? Oh my God. Let me my brain.
Give me the team.
Brandon Graham. That's his name.
Brandon Graham. Okay.
All right. Look at Brandon Graham. 6'2", 265. These are two guys who are producing for their team. And we don't talk about their size at all. Although Brandon Graham is, shout out to Brandon Graham, but I'm just saying, he still produced to be that height. So it's not like outrageous in my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
I get you.
Boom says, Luke, do you got a streaming schedule going forward? Yeah, so I'm waiting for the draft to finish so I can finalize my streaming schedule and try to get it out there and keep it posted so that way I can stream. And then what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to try to sprinkle in more film studies because it's time. You study the stuff and then you got to go and edit the stuff. Then you got to, if people knew how much work goes into making one video, oh my God, it's not a game. So I
can't even imagine because I just do my stuff on my rinky-dink phone. If I had the patience and I had the computer and I had the internet, be able to do all that fancy stuff and get a cheap green screen machine and all that, it'd be fun. But I mean, that takes a lot of dedication.
You know Micro Mike, right?
Yep.
AKA Mike Kimber.
Yeah, I know Mike.
Okay.
Mike.
I remember when Mike did his first green screen. You know what he did? He went and bought green construction paper.
Yeah. I think I remember him saying that once upon a time.
So using green construction paper, he still got the same effect, and it worked out good. Motown Football says, I'm not a fan of Jonah Ellis. He's too inconsistent for me. There was a game where I was like, oh my God, he's killing everybody. And there was other games where I couldn't even get off of the blocker at all. I can't argue with you on that. But again, keep in mind.
That can be everybody. I mean, look at Hutch. Hutch has had those games.
Yeah, but this is how I'm viewing Jonah Ellis.
It depends on where he goes. It depends on if he has help. What did Utah have besides Jonah?
If you're looking at the Lions, right, and you're trying to get somebody who can come in and help your team, I'm not looking at Jonah Ellis as a first-round pick. I'm not looking at Jonah Ellis as necessarily a second-round pick. I think he can be a third-round pick. And if he's inconsistent there, cool. But as inconsistent as he was, he still racked up 16 sacks. Or whatever the number. I think it was like 13 or 16 sacks. So just putting it out there. But I do know exactly what you're talking about. Looney Tunes says, Luke, what pick can Detroit make to make their first that would make you walk your ass all the way home?
A bottle of ketchup. A bottle of ketchup.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. There is a pick that they can make that would make me be like, I'm going home. Like, kids, pack your shit up, we leaving.
Oh boy.
Any receiver in the first round. I do not believe we need a receiver in the first round. I do not believe that at 29, taking a receiver in the first round makes any sense. Like, even with you having Jamison Williams, even with you having Amon-Ra St. Brown, right, who you're going to move inside and out from the slot, you still retain a number of other receivers. You drafted Antoine Green. You let these people play. And if you really want to get a receiver, go to the second and third round. And if you're not doing that, I don't know what to tell you.
And go get Brandon Rice. Like, he's got his daddy's DNA, and I'm sure he's got his work ethic. And St. Brown plus Rice working out is going to motivate all the other receivers. And hopefully you can get him in the third.
You can get a receiver late. I'm literally telling you, if I see a receiver in the first round, I'm not happy. I'm just not happy. Let me hit on a few more things, and then I'm gonna bring in everybody, John. If you want to hold tight in the back, that's cool. But I want to hit on some of these prospects and knock that out really quick. All right, let's get into it, people. Off rip, let me just get into this and say this. We're gonna do my top 5 safeties today. Y'all not gonna like my list. You're not, because you got to keep in mind, I am thinking of players for rounds 2 through like 5. I'm not looking at first round talent for these picks. I'm just not. These are people that I believe are later round talent people. But I'm just putting it out there. So you can kill me on it. Okay. And I'm cool with that. Right. Feel free to shoot me down on these. But I just want you to know this is just who I like. And this is in no particular order. First up is Jaden Hicks. He's the ideal prospect for a safety. He is ideal. That's the safety out of Washington. I think he's number 25. I want to say it is. He's 25. He's exactly what you're looking for. Let me just show y'all a little love on why me and Mr. Jaden Hicks get along. The stats. That's for the number people. I'm not the number people. I gotta fix one thing. Hold on, make this full screen because gotta show my illustrations. All right. But that's for the number people. I'm not the number people. I can care less about the numbers. Okay. I care more about what I can see on film. These highlights that I'm getting ready to show you really did display his skill set, in my opinion. This is what I love about this. Okay. First of all, Colorado State has a DN/D tackle I like in Muhammad Kamara. But this the first game, believe it or not, that I actually noticed this safety in. Because I was really trying to just see what Kamara was doing. And I'm just gonna put it out there. I just want you to watch poetry in motion. I like that. I like that. Let me just be clear with you when I say this. I likes that. You want to throw a poor pass? Yeah, let me get that. Okay, let me get that. This guy, he has it. Watch this. And this is one of the reasons I'm not a fan. I'm not a super fan of Kitchens, because Kitchens to me seems like he's a step slower when it comes to the attack, and it's not always strong when he's attacking. This is the guy you want. Tell me this just don't remind you of Brian Branch. Runs up, get the ball. He's coming up, making hits. He's been patient, trying to find his spot and his point of attack. And he wants the ball. Look at this. He wants the ball. Tell me you don't see this kind of same play up out of people like Brian Branch. Another thing about him that stood out to me was that. That part right there. That stuff right there is what stood out to me. This dude want the heat. Give him all the smoke. He want it all. I give you one more clip right here because I like this play. Look, sat in the edge. Where you going? This is I want talent like this. I need talent like this. Now, many of you stat people, you like the numbers, so I'll let you have the numbers. I am not one of them people. Okay. I'm not the super stat guy. Would I use stats? Sure. But stats are not what I use for the picture. But I want you to understand that a guy who has 155 total tackles, 94 of them are solo, okay, 3.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, a fumble recovery, a touchdown, okay, and a forced fumble. I just like his physicality. All right. Number 2 for me in terms of players that I like, James Williams. All right. Let me show you why me and Mr. Williams get along. Let me go and get him up. Because me and Mr. Williams have an understanding about some things. Okay. James Williams is the safety out of Miami, who only reason I want him because he reminds me of Jeremy Chin, a guy that you can get linebacker play out of, you can get safety play out of. He's big, he is physical. I will say that sometimes he missed some tackles, but that's what you have coaches for. Well, let's not forget that the coach must have an ability to do his damn job and coach. Okay. But James and I understand each other. Again, I'm not looking at people that I believe is going to cause me an arm in the leg. I'm looking at people who I believe I can get later and still contribute in some form or fashion. So again, big guy, like 6'4", 6'5", something like that. I just know he's huge. But I love the fact that he is physical and he shows some sorts of ball skills. But watch this right here. Just watch him. And this is why I think the linebacker play come in. But just what you're supposed to do. Okay. Yeah. You want to run? You want to run? Yeah, we can do that. This what you want to do? You're going to run out of bounds playing with me. Now this is another knock on him that I don't like. Look how high he is. But again, he's 6'4". It's kind of hard. But just watch some of the plays, and you'll see what I mean. Is he the fastest? No. But does he have range? Yes. You can't get around these types of things. I also like the fact that with him, you get him in the box, as you can see right here. And he has no problem with getting that. Man, come on, let me go back to this. Something you got to, Jesus Christ. Oh my, look at this. Look at the boy. Look at the boy. He right here. Imagine you being able to have a guy that when your linebackers go down, you can put in there. And I'm telling you, I think he won't go until like the 4th or 5th round. Maybe later. But I would take a flyer on this. Anybody who can be a safety and do this to a running back in the box, you got my vote of confidence. You get my vote of confidence. That's just me. That's 2. Another safety that has jumped off the screen to me, at least in terms of his ball skills. I'm gonna botch this brother's name, but Adrian Taylor Demerson, Texas Tech. I think he wears number 1. And if I botched his name, please tell me. Please tell me I botched his name. I apologize if you were here watching. I botched your name. I'm sorry. What I like about him is he showed a good range. I did not like how all of his tackles seem to be like at the lower part of the body. And with the way the new rules are and stuff like that, that could be a bit concerning. However, I only got to spend a high draft pick to get this guy. I don't have to go out and mortgage my squad to pick this guy up. He can get the job done accordingly. Another guy that's on my list is Malik Mustafa. Oh God, that name. First of all, the name sounds like, you remember the scene in Lion King when they was like Mufasa. This is a guy who is physical. He's a physical guy. The ball skills can be better. They're not there. But in terms of contact, he will not shy from it. He's from Wake Forest, whereas number 27. It's funny because I know the combine number said he ran a 4.5. He looks a bit slower on tape, but for some reason he takes good angles and you can't tell. So I respect that about the guy. And then last but certainly not least, and again, keep in mind, I am looking for players, that can be late round people. Okay. I'm probably gonna pronounce this dude's name wrong too, but Boo Brady. I know I'm botching his goddamn name. I know my soul says I botched his name. You know how you can tell when you say somebody's name wrong, and you know I say people's name wrong all the damn time. My soul says I botched his name, but he plays for Maryland. Okay, how do you say this damn? I'm pretty sure it's right. It's Bo Brady, Beauba. Yeah, Bo Brady. All right. He's another one of them guys that, excuse me, when watching his tape, he jumped off the screen for one reason and one reason only. He was consistent. And I didn't feel like I was watching a guy who wasn't going to play well, but he was able to play safety and corner at times. He was able to play in the box, outside the box. I would not leave him at corner for too long because I can tell you right now he's gonna get exposed. But Bobo and Arrow Oh man, Juan W, what up though? It says I'm just not seeing this notification. Shaking my head, missed the show. It still be here, replay game, brother. But yeah, he's my other one. Now I want to give you my top 5 inside linebackers, okay? Because I'm only picking positions that we need. I talked about one of them yesterday, Peyton Wilson. I don't need to show you him. Edgerrin Cooper. If Edgerrin Cooper falls to 29, toss my offensive lineman pick out the window. They're going to take him. He's exactly the kind of linebacker they like. Physical, fast, aggressive, smart, hasn't been in trouble. He's out of Texas A&M, if you don't know who I'm talking about. I think he's number 45, if my brain serves me right. Edgerrin Cooper is a little bit of a difference maker. And Cooper has that Patrick Willis vibe to me. Like, Hall of Fame linebacker Patrick Willis. That brother can run. I don't think he'll be there at 29, but if he is, that's the guy they want. Another person in my top 5 linebackers is Nathaniel Watson. Now, Nathaniel Watson is a little bit of a difference guy because number 14, if you wonder what his number was, plays for Mississippi State. What game was I watching that he was in? Was it State? I want to say it was. Let me see if I can bring up his film really quick. I want to say it was State that I was watching him play, and I was like, "Oh, damn, who's this guy? He moving." Like, yeah, I'll take that. Man, was it State he was playing? It'll come to me. All right, but as I bring up his tape, so you can see it, I'll show you what jumped out to me. Why he was someone who really came onto my radar. Let me bring it on up. All right. Now, because I got this slowed down, I got to bring it back a notch. All right. So the one thing that I noticed about him, which another reason I liked him, because he had this one thing in common with Edgerrin Cooper, his ability to blitz was really impressive. He is right here taking on a blocker. Nope, that was the wrong guy. No, that's where is he at? Let me go. Let me go to the next play. Right. Okay, here we go. All right. In this position right here, you see him working patience. Yeah. He just working. Yeah. Nuh-uh. This entire moment seems like a minute idea, but for the amount of information he got to process right here, the play action, the flip, to never lose any of this, and then to come up, break down, and say, "Nah, we good here." You can't write this stuff. That one play is worthy of my attention. Off of that one play, it was so many things going on that I would have gotten lost as a linebacker. I'm telling you, because I was all about attack. Again, I talk about the blitzing, and this is something that I saw him do really well as Adrian Cooper. You know, you look at let me go back to one more right here. All right, here we go. So even right here, he's tracking. He is looking at everything, right? Everything. While he's looking, he's never lost flow of his angle. Never lost flow. He's still on the motion of breaking down so he can't cut back. And when he tries to cut back and spin, guess who's there? I love these types of players. And again, I think you can get him in like the second to third round, late second to third round. Not going to cost you a whole lot. It's not going to set you back, all right? Let me get to a few more people. Let me see. Yo, Luke, do you like any linebacker from Clemson? Well, let me go down my list. Let me get down that list. I'm working on it. we gonna get one out of the Clemson. I'm working on it. He says, do you like anyone? Shout out to D313XP. Yo, Luke, do you like anyone? Since he brought him up, we might as well get to him. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I don't even need to show his film. You just need to know this about him. He plays like an old school linebacker. And I love it. I love that he plays like an old school linebacker. He is in my top 5 as well. And I again, I'm telling you off rip, Peyton Wilson, Adrian Cooper, Nathaniel Watson, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Them are 4 linebackers that if the Lions get any of them, if not 2 of them, I'm high. I'm good and I'm great. I feel awesome. Last but certainly not least is Cedric Gray out of North Carolina. I want to say he was 33. I feel like I saw 33 for him. Again, I'm trying to keep all this stuff from memory. But he was one of them guys that just jumped off the screen. He just did it for me, 100%. And my man says, because that's who I wanted. Yeah, Jeremiah Trotter is just an old school linebacker. Like, it's not like, oh, he does this one thing great. No, he just play linebacker the way that you're supposed to. Old school. And I love it. Shout out to my man D. William. What up, though? Another guy, and then I'm going to bring back in Nomis and Malik. Another guy that stood out for me, I'm going to go into my top 5 corners. Y'all really not going to like this. One of them, I think we could probably get in the first round, but he's not making it to the second. But I had to add him in my top 5 because I saw things in him that was very good, and that's Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. I've been watching Nate for a while. Nate looked like he liked the smoke. You know, he want all the problems that come along with it. Enos Reckeshaw Jr. out of Missouri. Max Milton out of Rutgers. Cam Hart to me is only on my list because I believe you can get him to play safety and corner, but I feel like you need to keep him in space. Confine the space and he'll be a performance guy. You put him in too much space and your feelings going to get hurt with Cam Hart. And last on my list for top 5 corners, and again, this is not going to be something that most people is going to agree with, but it's my top 5, right? Is Josh Newton, cornerback out of TCU. I've been watching dog for a while. but I think you can get him later in the draft, and I think that he showed a good neck for being able to adjust his body on strange routes. That's my top 5 for that. If anybody else want to join the show, this is your time, good people. Feel free to jump in. I got a few more minutes, then I got to get out of here because the brother was struggling this morning. When I tell you getting up that early was a different beast, it was. I'm bringing in John, Malik, and Nomis. They all back in the building. I've given y'all my top 5 players, my top 5 linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties. What say you? Oh, wait a minute. Did I give you my top 5 D tackles? No. Byron Murphy out of Texas. Let me see. Byron Murphy out of Texas. And what is that sound? That's weird. Let me see. Is that it? All right, that's Nomis. Nomis, mute your mic for me.
Okay.
Byron Murphy out of Texas is one of them. I don't know why I thought it was him who got in trouble, but it was they had 2 big, thick, juicy, dominating D tackles on Texas, and I thought it was Murphy, so I stand corrected. And then Brian, excuse me, boy, when spit go down the right damn wrong pipe, it changed your life. It definitely changes your life. Good, gee, man, that was terrible. All right,
come back to us now.
Yeah, I was choking a little bit, but
You
Byron
getting
Murphy
worked up over that dude trying to kiss you, man. That's all.
Listen, he didn't try. He kissed me. That's the problem. He didn't even try. He was drunk, and he kissed me after I think we picked up a first down against the Raiders, and I was like, what the. And my friend was like, calm down, breathe.
That's another reason why I'm not going down to the draft. On top of Brad Holmes gonna do something crazy and piss me off and waste my time and trade back today too. And
he's definitely trading out of that pick.
Drunk people. Now you mentioned my favorite CB, Wiggins. To trade up to get him, I would be so damn happy.
I would have
where do you think Wiggins is skill wise compared to our 2 starters? Is he right there? Is he just underneath them?
It's hard for me to really do a full comparison because those guys have been in the league. And when you look at who's going to be out there for us, you already know that they want to try to keep a Meek and Branch in the slot. And then you figure Carlton Davis on the outside. Will Wiggins come in and be a day 1 starter? Yeah. He would, yeah. His height and the fact that he got the same speed as some other guys and the same ball skills, and he's younger, I can see him coming in and getting that opportunity.
Now, what would you be okay with trading up and giving away assets to go get him? And where do you think he would have to?
Nothing. Not a single thing. You got to remember, we got an opportunity to finally complete the puzzle and to trade up for one defensive player when we need depth at corner, safety, interior defensive line, and defensive end, and interior linebacker. It doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to trade back, get more assets, and then see where the chips fall. I just don't see a logical reason to get away from draft capital. I don't.
There's no one special, especially in the CB classes. We've been told they're average.
I mean,
you don't trade up for average.
Listen, why trade up when you can during the draft offer the Denver Broncos a first for a certain? Like you have options, and I like Wiggins, but I know he's going in the first. He would not beat her at 29.
So Luke, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
So let me what you think about this. Because earlier I heard that someone had interviewed what's his name from Alabama, the other corner from Alabama. Tavon Arnold, is that his name?
Oh, Terrion Arnold.
Terrion Arnold.
Karan Arnold. Where do you get that one from, man?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I heard they asked him, "Hey, did the Lions, like when you met with the Lions a couple of times, did they ever talk about possibly moving up in the draft to get you?" And they said he gave a little smile and was like, that's classified. So do you think that's a smoke screen, or you think that there's something behind that?
They told a number of players they were going to draft them, and they didn't do it. I believe was it Michael Parsons they told that they were going to take, and they end up going Penei Sewell. So this telling somebody we're going to take you is great. None of that matters until I actually take you. And so the real question you should be asking is, do you buy, like, if you outside right now, you go down to the draft and a dude be like, Malik, you cool people, I'm gonna give you this job, you're gonna make $100 million a year. They're not going, they don't call you back. You can't be like, but you said, yeah, until you got it, you should have played your cards right. Relax.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would buy too much into it, let alone trade up for him. Like, who needs a cornerback that bad? Like, seriously, it's Nate Wiggins and then everybody else outside of, because one of the reasons I like Max Milton is because I know I don't got to fight for you in the first round. I can get you in the second or third.
And cornerback takes a little while to develop unless you are stupid special, like we saw a guy or two last year who just, started and was good. Cornerbacks normally take a minute to get into the flow of the NFL towards the end of their first year, more so week 4 of their second year.
Yeah, so, just putting it out there. No, what do you think about my top 5 list? So I still didn't do the D tackles per se. I gave some general people.
Well, I love it, man. Honestly, especially when it came to the linebackers, like Trotter for me was like a guy I was looking into heavy because I feel like he could be used so many different ways. And by the way, that was me in the chat that was asking you about. But it's just I feel like he could be used to be effective different ways, man. Like, cause like when I get him, I kept telling myself, like, man, he reminded me of somebody I was seeing on Tampa Bay's defense.
Who?
As an inside. I'm not saying no name. I'm not gonna say the name.
You talking about Levante David?
He gave me that kind of vibe for a second, bro.
I'm not gonna fight with you. Again, people, if y'all don't know this, do not be shocked. But I have said it many times. I am not only a Lions fan, I'm a Bucs and Seahawks fan too. Okay? All right. They got enough representation, and I'm from Detroit. So let me just represent my teams. All right. But I can see it. I can see the Levante David comparisons. I can see it.
It's a little bit different than what we have on our linebacker core, and I feel like he's similar to the type of player we need right now in linebacker. We're talking about inside guy like Anzalone is good, but he's only good depending on the level of competition he's going against.
Amen to that. I thought we could have got better last year from him, and we kept him.
Somebody can come in like set the record straight, like, okay, I'm the dog on this defense, and I'm that guy. So they can put everybody else in the place. I feel like he could offer that. Like him or any of those.
We need a dog at all 3 levels, and we definitely don't have a dog at linebacker.
I ain't gonna lie, I love the safety he showed from Washington. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, listen. Jaden is a different beast.
That guy.
Jaden Hicks.
Bigger Brian Branch.
Yeah, see, the thing I like about Jaden Smith, the thing I like about Jaden Hicks is Jaden Hicks fits what we talk about. We talk about that grit, smart playing, sound player. He tackles well. He hits you.
Bigger.
He has ball skills. Those are all things that you have to just be like, yeah, I respect it. And so, again, I'm looking for people I can get later. I don't think these people are going in the first round.
Yeah.
And I hear, the conversations about dogs and on the defense and linebackers. And I got to tell you, Luke, there's one dog that you miss, Luke.
I miss a dog? I mean, that's possible, but who I miss?
Junior Colston.
I don't know if okay, let me think about this. All right, I want to make sure I choose my words. Okay.
Speaking of dogs, did you get to Bishop, the safety? Did you mention him?
I did not. He just was outside of my top 5, but I do like parts of his game. But he was just outside of my top 5. Okay. Malik, let's talk about Colston. Okay. Tell me why you think he's a dog.
Why I think he's a dog?
Yeah.
How look at his play on the field last year, and he was the heart and soul of that Michigan defense last year.
Okay. And why do you think he would be a good Lion?
Why do I think he'd be a good Lion?
Mm-hmm.
I said the play speaks for itself, Luke. I don't really
Okay.
all guys say is the play. The play speaks for itself. He a ball hawk linebacker, and he basically a linebacker version of your boy Max Milton.
So let me ask you this. Okay. Man, why do y'all do this with these damn Michigan people? Listen, okay. Let's compare him to who I had in my top 5 list. Okay.
All right.
Who would you rather have, Colston or Peyton Wilson?
Who would I rather have, Peyton or Coach or Wilson? I know you're talking about Coach. Yeah. Give me Carson. I'm gonna stick with Carson.
Oh, he being stubborn. He being straight stubborn.
I'm just putting it out there. Okay. Adrian Cooper or Colston?
You can say that's a tie.
The Michigan love is too strong in this one. I can't
I can't say no. Remember my BS on Carter last year? I had that same BS love for Carter as he does for this man. So I can't knock you, man. When you love a player, you love a player.
We not doing. Okay, listen, people. Okay, oh Jesus.
But Luke, hear me out though. Luke.
Okay, I'm listening.
Hear me out. Remember, I'm gonna do because this is my calling card. Remember, I was right about one Wolverine, right?
Well, you ain't had no choice but to be right. We was picking second overall. Like,
but I'm saying you were saying but back then you were saying, oh, we could have went him. We could have went him, or we could have went him. You know,
yeah,
I was like,
true, facts.
So I'm saying, we could get Coach Lover in the
what round? Tell me what round.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What round?
Take him.
What round?
Without the bias, think Brad Holmes, think actual NFL teams. What round would you take him?
I would take him. With a third or fourth round pick. With a third or fourth round.
So everybody that I named can probably fall in that range too, but I think that they're more than likely going to go either first or second round. And so I'm not saying that you can be wrong because St. Brown went in the fourth, and I think he was literally a dog in that draft in terms of receivers. So I can't knock you for saying that. I'm just making the point that can we stop with the Michigan love? Like, it's no
what
way.
What number is Colston? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch
25.
him. 25. Okay, I'm gonna go look for 25.
The only reason I remember his number is because I had a few people hit me up on Instagram like, hey, man, can you watch a film on Colston? And when I watched it, I saw some good things, but I saw a lot of things where I was like, yeah, I think Jack Campbell's more athletic than him. And I just, I get it, but Malik did this on purpose. I know he did. Shout out to my man Joseph Poston. He says, yo, Inside the Den was fire tonight. Yeah,
we're going head to head with that. I got to go back and I watch that.
Yeah, listen, I already knew what it was, but I had to get this out. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know what it was. My man Helmden says, Anzalone is a good player to have on your team. Maybe not the best player, but he knows the position, plays well enough to be on the field, and can mentor young players, which is why this is going to be his last year.
You can get better. I'm sorry, you can get better. I don't care about the loyalty. I don't care about the feel-good days in New Orleans. You can get better, and you should always be trying to get better. That's why you don't hire family or your friends.
Of course.
Release him year of his deal.
Say what now?
Did they release him on the third year then, huh?
Who?
As long he had got a 3-year deal.
Man, he gone, bro. This is last year. Let me tell you, he's gone for 2 reasons. They're not going to keep him past this season because I believe that they're trying to get younger at everything and build it through the draft. He's trying to build his team up. You only can get so many years out of these players.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I might be stepping into dangerous territory here.
Oh shit. I'm ready. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Get the catch spot, folks.
I haven't seen too much of this player, and I ain't got my notes, but I will say, and I forgot his name, but he do play for Wake Forest, and he's a cornerback. His name starts with C.
Carlson.
Yeah. All right. Let me break this down. All right, all right.
He's another third, maybe fourth round.
Exactly. So if you're looking at it,
I like him. Don't get me wrong, but I think that's where Carlson goes.
Yeah, and if you're telling me you're looking at him as a later round, pick, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because, I'm just not in the I'm not in the mood to just be taking people high because they look good, right? One of the things that stood out to me about Caleb Carlson is that he's one of them players that look like he got the potential to be something special. But when I have to look at it like him versus NFL talent, right?
Yeah.
I walk away like that stuff ain't gonna work.
we can't be drafting cornerbacks, and I can't think of his name because I hate him. It got mentioned yesterday, and Luke's like, "Don't be dropping his name. I'm gonna get a bunch of hate." That cornerback that we drafted in the second round like 6 years ago, that was absolute garbage. You don't want that. Just because you're good in college, like this kid was at Florida, don't mean you're going to be good in the NFL. And especially at cornerback, it's the hardest position to learn in football.
To me, that kid in Florida should have went to safety, but that's another story.
T. Tabor.
I know.
You don't need him.
He should have been a safety. He 100% should have been a safety. I don't know what
look at the regime he was under. If he would have been under this regime, I'm sure they would have put him there. But they was dumb and stupid. So it is what it is.
Would have did that with another guy who was picked number 3 overall, and they didn't do it, and they had opportunity because they saw signs of it when he gave him safety help over the top, and he was coming down the box, and they didn't go. But they traded him the next year, so I'm like,
they say your mic is acting really bad. Numbers. I'm gonna give you a few so you can get together and bring you back in because we finna head out in a few anyway. But it's saying it's like bumpy. The audio is kind of bumpy. Somebody has some mic issues. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. And no, you know I love me some you, brother. So I'll give you a minute to get it tight.
Try disconnecting and reconnecting your headphones.
And I got one more question. This question for John though, because I heard John. I think he was the one who mentioned it. The wide receiver class.
What about it?
I wanted to know who are your top 5 wide receivers, and then cause I want to see if you have one player who I am interested in. If the Lions do not get Leggett, I want to see if you have one player that I am, another wide receiver that I am very interested in your top 5 for me. He's more like a later round pick. Where I would just like to hear your top 5.
I haven't even really thought about that just because I know we're not going to do wide receiver high. But I mean, obviously, I think you got 5 first rounders. So my thoughts on top 5 don't even matter to me because we're not going top 5. But
not even close.
I don't mean like top 5 like in the first round. I mean like in the late like second and beyond.
Oh, okay. To where we could. I love me some Rice, some Brendan Rice. There is trying to think of his name, but he's like 6'7". They're talking about maybe him being a tight end. I like him. I like Luke McCaffrey.
McCaffrey a dog. I ain't mad at that.
God, I can see numbers, but I can't think of names. But off the top of my head, those. I'll make a shorts video on that after we get off. Give it give it like an hour if you're still up. I'll make a little shorts on my top 5 for like mid-round receivers that we could do. I'll do that for you, man.
Okay, and the player that I had on my mind, you mentioned his name, McCaffrey.
He comes from that
Because
family.
I'm
That's
not even
DNA,
going to
man.
lie. I'm not even going to lie. It was during the college season. For some odd reason, now I just came home, and for some odd reason, I said, "Let me turn on this Rice University game." I forgot who they was playing,
And I don't think it's possible, but just imagine, because the McCaffrey family, every time they've been in the NFL, the next McCaffrey has gotten better. The father was awesome in Denver.
Yeah.
Then you got his son, the running back, is even better than him.
Yeah.
Imagine if this guy can be better than his brother.
That would be beast. That would be nice.
I don't think it's possible. But in John land, because I like to do what if. Everyone knows I'm a what if. What if he happens to land in the right spot and he's around the right players, got the right QB, and bam.
Yeah,
I know I'm an idiot for saying it. I'm just saying what if.
I put it this way. I like Luke McCaffrey. I feel like there's some receivers that can be it, but McCaffrey, I feel like he's got that route running down pack. However, I also feel like he's a slot corner.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put him on the outside. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's as shifty as McCorkey. I don't think he's
McCorkey.
I don't think he's as shifty as him. But I wouldn't put him on the outside. I could be wrong about this. I just don't see it.
I mean, Steve Smith, he was small. He could, maybe. You never know.
Who?
I don't think he will. Steve Smith, he was smaller. He got put on the outside for the Panthers.
Don't see. First of all, you forget Steve Smith looks small. He played 6'10". Okay, it's a difference.
I know. I'm just saying.
But
about
you look at the competition that they was going against.
Yeah.
And I just not like Rice. It ain't like Rice going against some of the best of the
best
of the best.
No, definitely. But I mean, where did you said it? Where did Jerry Rice play in college?
Exactly. So that his playing ability made him stand out. He performed above the talent that he was going against, and that's what made him stand out. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, and I was going to say, remember, I think they said that he played corner at one point in time when he first came to college. He was a corner, but then they switched him to wide receiver because it didn't really work out too good for him at corner. So they switched him to wide receiver.
Hey, he's going to be in the draft, so that's all that matters. He found a skill that he was good at.
And then I think that.
What about Jerry Rice kid?
Yeah, Jerry. I said it. Brendan Rice is.
I'm gonna just tell the truth on this one, and I know people ain't gonna like this. Okay.
Ruh-roh.
I think Brandon Rice is getting a lot of love because of who his father is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with.
That's what I think. I think Brandon Rice, if his name had been anything else, I do not think
motivation.
He would have the same love that he getting. He's a big receiver. I like that part of it, right?
Right.
But I'm just putting it out there. Like,
here's my thing on Brendan Rice. Does he have his daddy's work ethic?
I just think he's a jump ball guy. He's the guy you threw jump balls with.
And that's okay. Get him in there. And if he's got his dad's work ethic, and if he's got the St. Brown, I'm gonna prove these motherfuckers wrong. Get him. He can only improve. He's got the DNA. Maybe he don't got the skill right now, but he can get better.
Well, good people, listen. I can't do 2 hours a day. I damn near killed myself yesterday trying to do that.
Draft coming up, man. You gotta go get your sleep.
Yeah,
and you don't gotta work tomorrow neither.
I still gotta go to. I didn't take off.
I thought you said you took off. I thought you told them you got something to do.
Not tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night. So I'm off on that Friday. I was gonna take off for tomorrow morning, But I thought about it and I was like, man, I'm gonna keep that time because I get to work about 5 a.m. and I get home by like 3, 4, you know, and I can take a nap before then. So I was like, ain't no point in me calling off then. But with me staying up late for the draft, I ain't going in at 4 a.m. There's no way. Yeah, I definitely told them to prepare the others.
Yeah.
But I gotta go in the morning.
Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up so we can.
All right, give me your final thoughts, good people. I'll start off with you, Normus. Give me your final thoughts.
Hey man, first off, it was very good to see you, brother. Missed you, man. Much love to you, as always. And my blessings with y'all and the family, man. Hope the baby be healthy and stuff like that. So, part of my other final thoughts is too, man. I just hope the Lions make the right decisions on each pick because this draft to me is turned not just for a Brad Holmes measuring tool, but it's more of a draft that you got to make right to prevent downfall from later down the year, because you don't want to come unprepared this season and then still be under depth and undermanned. And not only that, you want to make sure this draft allows you to have pieces that you can replace guys that may end up leaving that this year. So that's what this draft to me stands for. This defense and stuff like that needs to improve based off what we already added the last 2 years. At this point, that's where we're at. And at the free agency, this draft is about moving forward in the future. That's the way I look at it. And thanks for having me on, brother. Much love for everybody on the panel and blessings to everybody, man. And hopefully we all can be in the draft tomorrow having fun.
Yeah, 100%, man. Another man, no way. Are you talking about is Ramon Wilson from Michigan?
Yeah, I believe so.
Roman Wilson. Yeah, Roman Wilson from Michigan.
Man, he is not no St. Brown. St. Brown will block you to the sideline. I don't see that in him. I don't see that in him. Shout out to Jared Matthews. He says latitude.
Latu.
How you say it?
Latu.
I like them glasses too, man. You getting money over there. I see you over there. I see them glasses, bro. I think he's a good guy.
It's that injury.
But that's what I was saying. It's the injuries, which means he probably high on their radar. So
damn it.
We definitely find somebody hurt. We'll find that. But okay, I ain't mad at you. Malik, give the people your final thought.
My final thoughts. Y'all gonna hate me for my final thoughts, but I'm sticking to my gun. I think tomorrow in the first round, the Lions will be drafting Leggett.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Malik.
I told you.
Malik try to have me lead the draft early. Malik, no, Malik.
No. He's trying to get rid of JMO is what he's trying to do. I'm top to that, man.
I'm trying to keep JMO.
You're trying to get rid of JMO with that. You trying to prove my theory wrong or my theory right that we can do better than JMO. I like it.
Oh my god.
Just for that petty ass part.
Listen, make no mistake about it. Everybody and their mother know I was on record talking about J-Mo's basically saying like you don't take no hurt receiver who can't help you and you need talent that moment. So, but I just don't. Yeah. All right, Malik.
Luke,
it's draft week. I'm letting you have it.
We gotta take Big Country. That people already giving him nicknames. We gotta take Big Country, Luke.
Oh my god.
I got bigger country for you.
My man John. Malik trying to drive up people's blood pressure. You're not going to set me up. John, give people your final thought, brother.
The person who was commenting before dropped the name that I was thinking of. Johnny Wilson, 6'7" from Florida State. That was the guy that was on my radar. But my thoughts, man, I'm ready for 24 hours from now, 22 hours from now. No more mock drafts. As much as I love me some mock drafts, everyone knows I love me some mock drafts. As soon as the draft's done, I'm going to start working on 2025 mock drafts. But it'll be over. It'll be done with. We will know. I think that Brad Holmes trades back and makes all you people that are going down to Detroit feel sorry. I think it's going to be day two. But day two, We're going to be like, damn, we got some picks. We got like 2 extra picks that we didn't have
Yep.
before. Hell, maybe we even get a 20, 25 second round pick or even first round pick. So I'm ready for it. Luke, so good to see you. Blessings upon you and your family. Be safe tomorrow. Don't be letting dudes kiss you around your family.
Listen,
It just,
I'm coming
stay
prepared
away from the
tomorrow. 'Cause-
ketchup.
Oh, FYI.
Actually, bring a bottle of ketchup in case anyone gets drunk on you. You just
Listen,
get 'em.
FYI, they have already announced on the news that it could rain tomorrow. Get you a poncho. You cannot have an umbrella. You ain't getting up in there with that. If you got a selfie stick, you might want to leave it at home. They've already told us on the news you can't bring it up in there. So just putting it out there to you good people. Remember that.
And as always, I'm gonna say this one last thing. If you're having a bad day, talk to someone. Tomorrow needs you. The day after that needs you. The week after needs you. I know it's a struggle. We all go through it. We all have days where we're just like, man, the world would be better off without me. I don't want to be around here. That is a 24. That's just a couple hour thought where you have many years. I've had many of them. I got through it. If I can do it, if my crazy Kool-Aid drinking ass can get through those hard mental times, you can too. Luke puts it out there all the time. Hit them numbers, call a friend. I know it's hard. Hell, just find a stranger. If you feel you can't talk to someone that you know because it's awkward, find you a friend online, find you a friend at work that you don't mind it being awkward. Just talk to someone, anyone. Reach out to me, to Luke, to Lions family. Reach out to someone, please. We need you. Stay with us.
100%. Listen, I always end shows on positive notes. I appreciate every guest that came in, every person that rocked with me, all the people who showed up and still dipped to go watch the end of the end. I'm not mad at you. It makes sense. It's Lion news directly from the source. So I get it. Today's positive quote is simple because this one hit like a different rock for me today. It's from the internet. I'm still not sure who said it, but they claim that it's Mark Manson who said it. He says, if you wouldn't ask them for advice, then fuck their criticism. Talk about getting straight to the point, good people. If you wouldn't ask them for advice, then fuck their criticism. And some of you are out here being way too concerned with the thoughts of other people who you wouldn't even ask how to get to your nearest gas station, your local store. You wouldn't even ask them for directions, and yet you worried about their criticism. Some people going to criticize you because everything that they thought you were never came to pass. Everything they thought you was going to be never showed up. And every time they thought they were going to break you down, something happened to where they had to be reminded that guess what? You're missing the opportunity. People, I'm just asking you to do one thing and one thing only. Stop putting yourself in the midst of people who cannot give you the attention that you need to be successful. People who don't celebrate you, move away from them. Those who celebrate you, show them love. And the people who understand that there's always going to be times where you're not at your best, keep them the closest. Because I can assure you this, that at the end of the day, if they are sitting up there refusing to give you proper advice, and you can care less if they do, then you damn sure shouldn't care how they feel about you and the things that you do and how you move. Some people are just simply in your life because they want to see you fail, and you have a lot of people to piss off. Just remember that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and if you don't do nothing else, nothing else, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.